Hello guys. Listen, look, you clicked on this video so you have no one but yourself to blame, but yes, I am making a vegetable tier list because people in my server, I have a server now, it's really cool, the people on there are really nice and they're amazing. But they were fighting over what vegetables they like and which ones they don't like. So I said that I was going to make a vegetable tier list because if there's one thing in this world I love, it's vegetables. So here I am because I have been provoked into most definitely making this. I am now obligated by all spirits across the universe, far and wide, to make this. So, here's to Mary Main ranking vegetables that they like. You'll notice the rankings here. If you're wondering why potato and corn have their own tier up here, it's literally not even a competition. It's not fair. They are disqualified purely for the fact that they're just too good already. You understand me? So the real competition between vegetables starts at literally God tier and never had. Allergic is obviously disqualified since it would kill me and that's not very competition friendly. But potato and corn are just too good. They're leagues above, so they're not part of the main competition, but they have their own recognition up here. The list we have is here. I don't know why they included tomato, but I'm glad they did. Yeah, let's start off with artichoke, which I've never had. How am I even gonna pronounce this? Arugula? Probably never had it. Asparagus. Never had it. I was about to get it confused for celery. Avocado. Never had it. Beets. Never had it. Okay, and now I think we have the first one that I've actually had. Bell peppers. God tier. No question about it. They go in everything. You can eat them by themselves. You can stick them on a pizza. You can stick them in bolognese. You could even put it in your cereal if you really wanted to. I love bell peppers. And they come in different colors, and those different colors have different flavors. The yellow ones are obnoxiously sweet but crunchy. The red ones are a little softer but sweet still. The green ones are my favorite. They're like bitter, but in a good way. They're not like bitter, like horrible. They're really good. I can't describe it. I love the green ones so much. They're not too sweet. I love it so much. They're kind of like the watermelon of bell peppers. Next up is broccoli. Again, another literally god tier. I literally today had three florets, which are the little flowery parts. I had three of those for breakfast because they're delicious. I love broccoli so much. I cannot live without it. When I was a child and my parents were struggling to get me to eat lots of vegetable, one thing that would definitely be on my plate always. I don't know why I'm saying parents as if I had a father in childhood. I didn't. One thing that would always be on my plate is broccoli because it worked every time, all the time. Next up is Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna put it in it's horrible, which is weird because as a child I liked them, but growing up they're just really awful. They taste like little balls of farts. I don't like it. Butternut squash. I don't think I've. Oh, I have had it. I have had it. Can't survive on its own. I literally cannot sit down and eat it by itself. I have to have it in something else. So where I've had it in bolognese before. I didn't even like it there, but butternut squash in like a soup or something could work. You understand me? But never by itself, honestly. Cabbage. It's awesome. White cabbage is awesome. I don't like purple cabbage. Yeah. Carrots, it's awesome, but my mouth starts to hurt after eating too many because it just starts to like tingle and burn. I don't like it. They have a weird taste if you don't boil them, but ultimately they're really good. Oh yeah, I should clarify. Bell peppers can be eaten cooked and uncooked. I love them. Broccoli can be eaten cooked, I would never eat it uncooked, but I used to feed my dog broccoli to train her to do things before she died. One of the things I was trying to train her to do was to orbit, which is to walk around me in a circle. Like, I'd be standing in center and she'd walk around me in a circle. She never got the hang of that, but she got pretty close. And I was quite happy about that. Cabbage, I wouldn't eat raw. And carrots could be eaten raw or cooked. I prefer it cooked because then my mouth doesn't burn while I'm eating them. It's only when they're not cooked that my mouth gets those tingle. Cauliflower! Literally god tier. It's like broccoli. I love it. Would I eat as much cauliflower as broccoli? Probably not, but I still love cauliflower. And I have literally had plates of cauliflower by itself before as a breakfast with a little bit of gravy or something like that. So it's really good. I love it so much. Celery can't survive on its own. Again, I kind of want to put it in horrible because I don't like it by itself, but you can cut up celery and put it in other stuff as well. And it's really... I just noticed this list doesn't have... Oh, it does. Okay, thank God. I was gonna say, where the hell is lettuce? Yeah, celery works well in other things. If you've got a dip, celery's really good. But ultimately, I don't really like dips on my salad or oil or anything like that. So it's just not for me then. But I feel like for like anyone who does like that stuff, celery could be really good for you. It is really good for you factually, but it could be a really good choice for you. It's really crunchy, like carrots are, but you can also boil them too. It's quite nice. Corn. What did I tell you guys? Corn is on its own tier. You can put it in everything. Everything. One of my favorite meal a few years ago would literally be a microwave potato and corn. I would eat corn. I used to eat corn by itself. I had a kilogram bag of corn once, like frozen corn. I finished that in a week. I love corn. Literally yesterday, I had my boyfriend order me corn from KFC. The day before, I had him do it as well. Because I love corn so much. 2 days in a row now, I have made him order me corn from KFC because I have such a bad craving for it. But I don't know, man. It's corn. I love it. I could have it buttered. I could have it microwaved. I could have it boiled. I could have it in different forms. I could have sweet corn. I love sweet corn so much. I could have it on the cob. I could have half a cob. I could have a full cob. I could finish that in minutes. I could have popcorn. I love it. And my popcorn, I can have sweet or salty. I love it so much. Corn is perfect. I can have it on pizza. I often put it on pizza because I like Hawaiian pizza. And then I'll throw, if I have it, sweet corn on top as well. So it'll be ham, pineapple, and sweet corn. Or if I have mushrooms, I'll throw that on top as well. So ham, pineapple, mushrooms, and sweet corn. And if I have chicken, I'll throw a little bit of chicken on as well. So my final pizza, in its perfect form, in my opinion, ends up being ham, mushrooms, pineapple, sweet corn, and chicken. It's so good. I love corn so much. And if you want to eat a lot of, like, just anything, like food, without feeling awful about it, corn is really good for that as well because you get energy from it. But ultimately, it doesn't, like... I don't know how to describe it. Corn is, like, really good for that kind of thing where you could just sit and eat a huge, like, bowl of it and not feel bad and have no huge repercussion afterwards, like, no huge weight gain or anything. Because corn kind of just passes through you. There's not a huge amount of nutrients in it necessarily. There's enough, like, to maintain function, but there's not, like, excess, like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it well, but I hope I'm doing a good job. It's kind of like lettuce, where you could eat it forever and never have any bad effect, really, unless you're, like, bulk eating it, you know? Like, don't go out there now after I say this and devour an entire cornfield worth of corn. That's probably not good for you. But as I said before, I managed to get through a kilogram of corn in a week, so I'm sure the rest of you will probably be fine if you want to have a lot of corn. But I love corn. Next up is cucumber. Again, another thing that I used to bulk eat as a child, we used to buy cucumbers like every week. I think we have one downstairs right now. I used to hold it up in my hand and use the knife to carve the plastic around, like in a perfect rim, so that I could just, pop it off like a hat or something, or a lid. I would then pull the cucumber out of the plastic, cut off a huge part of it, about the length of half of my forearm, and I used to just eat that. I love cucumber. You can have it sliced, you can have it diced, you can have it in sticks. I love it in sticks. Or you could just eat it whole. And I love cucumber so much. I love to eat it whole, especially if I'm playing games on my PC, because when you cut it up and you're eating like slices, you're getting all the juices on you. But cucumber, you don't have to. You can eat it whole. You can eat it without cutting it into all these little slices and cubes. But cucumber is really good in salad. Cucumber is really good if you have a dip or if you don't, because it's kind of like wet enough that you don't need a dip. But if you want one, you can definitely have one. It works really well. And it was one of my favorite sides when I was a kid to get in restaurant, would be to get cucumber, not like fries or anything, just like little cucumber sticks along with my little dish of pasta. I love cucumber. I'm gonna call these IDV I, but I don't actually know what they are. They're not eggplant. Have I had eggplant? I don't know. Is zucchini and eggplant the same thing? Let me look this up real quick. Okay, so I wasn't thinking of a zucchini. I was thinking of something else. I've had it before though, and again, it cannot survive on its own. I don't even know what I had it in. I think I had it in a ratatouille, which is a really good dish, by the way. I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't had it. Or I've had it in other things as well. It cannot survive on its own though. You cannot sit there and tell me genuinely that you enjoy eggplant by itself, that you will sit there, take an entire eggplant and just start biting into it. I don't believe you. It has a pretty okay texture, I guess. The skin is a little bizarre. I don't have a lot to say about it, honestly, at all. Yeah, you can't really enjoy it on its own, and anyone who says otherwise is probably lying to you. You are probably lying if you're saying otherwise. Garlic. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Why it's in everything, I don't know, but I hate it. Garlic bread, disgusting. Garlic in my bolognese, disgusting. You don't need it. You don't need it. And it's got a weird, it makes your breath smell so awful. It kind of makes, like this might be just me in particular, but it makes my skin smell weird as well. Like my actual skin across my body, like my hands, my arms, my legs. It makes my whole body smell weird too. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. I think I don't have to subject myself to that. And it would make me really sad actually to have to do that if it suddenly became mandatory. So I'm so glad that garlic is relatively optional as long as you're making your own meals. But the fact that I have to make my own meals to avoid garlic in itself kind of saddens me. I don't like it. Ginger, I'm allergic. Disqualified because it would probably kill me. Jalapenos, why have they not got the accentation on? It's not there, by the way, but why is it not got the accentation? This is so weird. I've seen people call them jalapenos, by the way. I don't know what region are doing that, but it kind of freaked me out when I first heard it. Where are they going? Honestly, I think they can't survive on their own. They're good, but I would never sit there and eat a jalapeno by itself, I feel like it has to be with something else. But I've seen people throw them on pizza. I've seen some crazy people throw it in their, like, fajitas. I wouldn't personally do that, but that's just me, I'm picky. Things like that, But I think you need to have it in something else. I think you need it because it's a complementary vegetable rather than one that can stand on its own. In my personal experience. But these are my thoughts. Kale is awful. In my belief, I don't like kale. I don't have anything to say, I just don't like it. Leeks. When's the last time I had a leek? I had a leek. I don't even remember what it tastes like. It's been so long. Let me try to remember. Leek. God, it's got to have been at least 10 years now. I'm gonna say it can't survive on its own. No person I've never heard of anyone picking up a leek and just biting into it. I strongly think you have to have it in like a soup or something to enjoy it. I don't really enjoy the many layers of leek, in my opinion. I feel like it's like a slightly worse version of onion. But, you know, it's okay. I don't mind it. I think leek can be a very good complementary vegetable, but by itself, absolutely not. Lettuce, going straight to God tier. Kind of like with cucumber and broccoli and cauliflower and just about everything else in Awesome and Above. I can eat this stuff bulk. I used to sit there with a whole head of iceberg lettuce, just ripping off handfuls and eating it because I love lettuce so much. Oh my god. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. It's so crazy. I can't help myself. It's so good for you as well because, again, it's like corn. You can sit there and eat so much of it and have no effect at all. You generally, in my experience, won't get a stomachache. You won't feel sick. And it can hydrate you as well. If you are like me, you don't like drinking water plain, which I don't. I try to avoid it at all costs. I don't think I've had a glass of water in over a year. Because I will have it in other forms. I'll have ice in my drinks to get water in my system. I will have hot chocolate or tea made with water, obviously, so I can get water into my system. I don't like to drink water plain because it makes me feel really sick. I don't know how to describe it. Every time I try to drink water plain, it always tastes bitty. And it makes me want to hurl, so I always get it in other form. Lettuce is a form I used to rely on as a child so much. When my parents buying ice, again, I don't know why I'm saying parents. Why the hell am I crediting a guy who doesn't fucking exist? Ignore that. When my mother or my grandparents going to the shop and buying ice or making ice was not always a guaranteed. Sitting and just eating a ton of lettuce was definitely a guaranteed. They would literally buy so much of it just for me because I would eat through it so fast. It was amazing. Mushrooms. God tier. I don't know what to say. I put it on everything. I can eat them by themselves. I wouldn't eat them raw. I can fry them for a breakfast. I can put them in my bolognese. I can put them on pizza. I can probably do a lot more with them if I tried it. I had mushroom soup once and it wasn't terrible. There's a lot you can do with mushroom, I feel like people don't realize. And it makes me sad. I'm always looking for new ways to use my mushroom. Mind you, I don't really like soup that much, so me liking mushroom soup was a huge deal because I don't even like tomato soup. I don't even like potato soup, chicken soup. No, not for me, but mushroom soup was kind of okay, which is a first. Yeah, I'm trying to look for new ways to have mushrooms. Dude, I have it with my steak. I will have like a grilled mushroom with my steak. I love mushrooms so much. They are my whole world, pretty much. Actually, across my room right now, I made food because I made dinner, but I'm not gonna eat on recording. That's something I do sometimes during rank when I just really get hungry during my rank matches. But for a video like this where I can just sit down and talk constantly, I don't have to be eating, so it's over across my room, but I put in so much mushrooms in the bolognese. It's kind of crazy. I love it so much. We're gonna skip some of these because I don't know what they are. So this can Why don't I just put all of them actually right now? Never had. Spinach. Have I had spinach? I've had spinach. Sweet potato. I've had sweet potato. Turnip. I'm sure I've had it in a soup, but I'm gonna say, oh, zucchini is here. Awesome! Okay. These are ones left that I've had, and I'm gonna rate horrible or above. Onion. For me, it's good. It's really good, but can't survive on its own. I caramelize them to put them on like hot dog. Again, I put them in my bolognese when I have them available to me. I put them in soup. I have onion rings with my steak too, along with mushroom. It's really good. It's really good. I love all of these uses for mushroom. Mushroom can be really good on its own, or so I hear from my boyfriend. It's not my story to share, but I wish I could because it's quite funny to me. But he likes onions. But I don't like them like raw or anything. I wouldn't eat them raw. If you can cook them first and serve them to me, I'll have them. They kind of are like a way better version of garlic. Like, I love them so much, but they cannot survive on their own. You can't just give me a plate of caramelized onions and expect me to eat it. I probably won't. You know, if it's not in some form of batter or anything like that, or if it's not served with something else, I probably won't eat it. So that's the only reason that onion is here. Otherwise, it would be probably sandwiched between these two tier. But it can't survive on its own, so that's the limitation holding it back. Peas. They're god tier. I used to sit down and eat huge balls of peas with gravy when I was younger because, again, it was a really quick, easy meal I could make in a microwave. All I have to do is take some frozen peas, throw it in a jug, and throw it in the microwave, and then from the microwave I would take it out. It would be cooked, so I would take a sieve, put it over the sink, drain the water, put that in a bowl, then use the same jug, and if I kept the water, I would use the same water to then make gravy with. So that I could then, heat that up a little bit in the microwave too, and then I could have gravy directly on my peas as well. It would be like a little gravy soup with peas in it. It was amazing. But I'm sitting right now with a plate of peas next to me, actually, from my breakfast this morning, which I don't know if I will finish or not, because they've been out for a few hours now. So I don't know. But they're really good. I love peas so much. Potatoes. What can I say? This should never surprise anyone. Potatoes are incredible. They are the best thing to grace this planet. Honest to God, I could start an entire religion in favor of potatoes if someone dared me to. I love potatoes. They are my world. They are everything. Potatoes make the world go round. They come in all shapes and sizes. They come in all textures and flavors. Kind of, not really. The one thing potato lacks for me is flavor, but I think that's what's good about potato, is that it doesn't have flavor, so you can butter it and not have it suddenly make it weird. Like, if I threw butter on my bolognese, it would be weird as hell. But potato can survive that. I can throw gravy on my potatoes and it's really good still. I can have potato soup, as I mentioned earlier. I can have mushy potato. I can have soft potato. I can have hard potato. If I'm brave enough, I can have potato without cooking it. I love potatoes. I will do it. I will eat potatoes with the dirt on them still if it means I can eat potatoes at all. You get me? Anyway, red onion. Not for me. I don't know why, just not for me. I like white onion. I really can't describe it. Red onions feel awful and weird and wrong. Spinach. It's not awful. It just needs to be part of something else. It's also just not as good as, like, jalapenos or onion. It's actually probably one of the lower on this list. But it's not awful. It's just not what I would want. Sweet potato, don't like it. I don't know. The color freaks me out. The texture freaks me out. The flavor freaks me out. Why a potato is called sweet and it's barely sweet, I don't know. And why it's even sweet at all when it should be a potato, I don't know. I don't like it. Tomato. Honestly, I want to put this up here, but I can't. But this is definitely one of the highest in this tier, along with bell peppers and cucumber and broccoli and lettuce. And just about everything else in this tier. God, I love everything in this tier. Tomatoes are incredible. Don't let anyone deceive you. My server had a little mini conversation about this, oh, tomatoes or potatoes. And I was like, I presented my argument. I really like tomatoes. Why? Because they can go in anything. You can eat them in anything. There is bruschettas. There is bolognese. I keep mentioning that. It's like the only dish I really ever have, if I'm honest. It's so good though. It's so good. Tomato makes your pizzas. Tomato makes your ketchup. You can't have these things without tomato, so you can't hate the mold. You can't. And I don't believe that you're really able to avoid tomato because it's in so much stuff. Whether you realize it or not, tomato soup. Tomato juice. I wouldn't personally drink that. I prefer carrot juice, but you know what I mean. I love tomatoes, and they're so easy to grow as well, so it's nice. I love tomatoes. God bless me if I wake up tomorrow in a pile of tomatoes. And last but not least, my most excited one, zucchini going straight to its awesome. Which is weird. It should be and can't survive on its own, because I definitely don't think I'd be eating it by itself, but actually, I'm going to present the argument that I've just never been given the opportunity to. Zucchini's a little hard to find where I live. You can find it already in other dishes, because it's, usually imported in for the purpose of going into that dish. But actually just having it imported in local stores, it's not easy. You don't find it much. So I'm going to argue that my never having it by itself is not because it can't be by itself, but because I haven't had the chance to have it by itself. But I think based off of my experiences with zucchini and other dishes, I would probably really like it. It's really awesome. It's like a less hydrated cucumber. I love it so much. And I really think zucchini is one that people who haven't tried it should give it a little bit of a try. Because you might like it. You might, it's kind of, it doesn't have like a super strong flavor. And it doesn't have to. Zucchini is awesome. Alright, this is my final list. I hope this satisfies you guys. I'm sorry that this is not the IDV video everyone was expecting. Depending how tired or sick I am, we'll see to tomorrow. If not, then I'll try to make it definitely the next day after. But thank you everyone, and goodbye! Hey guys, so this is your loud volume warning for the next segment. Please turn your volume down. In about like 30 seconds or so. Thank you very much.
I'm too lazy to voice this, but the worst vegetable award goes to beans. They are just awful. Why were they made? Why are they permitted to continue existence? Why is it considered by some as worthy of eating? Like, no hate of course, but it is the most inedible looking and textured vegetable of them all. I'm not even sure if it even is a vegetable. It looks so unfriendly and unvegetable. It ruins the good food like. Words cannot describe that I hate beans so. Okay, thanks.